Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up and process paid parental leave or what we call the maternity leave in Xero. So before you start processing it in Xero, you will have to register with Centrelink or Services Australia as an employer. So there will be a separate video recorded on that. So if you want to refer how to set this up through Services Australia. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to process this pay run after you have registered with Services Australia. The first step would be to add the earnings item under settings. So you go to settings, then go to payroll settings, pay items, and then you add a new earnings item. So you click on it, and you can see they have Xero has this paid parental leave pay item, and the earnings name would be paid parental leave. Display name is optional, but if you want, you can have it as maternity leave. The rate type is rate per unit. And then in this particular scenario, I'm going to use weeks, but however, there could be some people who would like to have paid by the day. Let's say if an employee is on a monthly salary, that would be easier for them. But however, in this scenario, I'm going to use weeks. Rate per unit optional, and the expense account, I'm going to use wages and salaries. But however, if you want, you can use a separate expense account called paid parental leave if you want to keep it separate on your profit and loss. So the three items here are there by default. So Xero has them already because we have used the paid parental leave earnings item. So just to let you know, so this paid parental leave is not exempted from PAYG withholding because although it's a free payment from the government to the employee will still need to pay tax on that. And as employers, you are not required to pay super, and the government is not paying super as well, so it is exempted. And then this is reportable as W1 on activity statement. So after you have entered everything, you'll just simply add it. Okay, so the next step would be to set up the employee who is going on maternity leave. So I will go back to payroll and then employees. So in this scenario, let's assume that the employee who is going on maternity leave will be maternity leave is audit. So you click on audit, and then you go to employment just to check if she's on a weekly or sorry, you have to go to taxes, I believe. Let me check employment, I guess, because they have changed the look now in Xero. Yeah, so she's on a weekly calendar. So you go to pay template, and then I'm going to get rid of this and I'll do it again. So you add earnings line, and then you select paid parental leave, the one that you set up just now, and then you click OK. So the rate currently what Services Australia is paying is 882.75 per week. That is 176.55 per day. So it's 88275, and then going to leave the weeks as blank because when you are paying when you're processing the pay run, you can enter the number of weeks that you are paying for. Just on this, since this employee is going on maternity leave, so obviously no ordinary hours. So I would change ordinary hours to 0. So the total is 0. So the reason why I'm not deleting the whole line is because then when the employee returns to workforce, you will have to set this up again. So to make it easier for the employer or whoever running the payroll, we will it's easier to make ours 0. Another reason is if you could also do like the rate as 0 and leave the hours there, but the only the downturn of it is then it will accrue annual leave and sick leave. So there are a few ways to get around it, but the easiest way would be to make the hours 0 and then leave the earnings rate as it is, and then you simply click save. Okay, the next step is how to process this pay run. When it comes to the time that you get the payment from the Centrelink. Just one thing to note, so you don't have to pay the employee until you receive the payment from Services Australia. So you go to payroll, and then I'm going to open this as a new tab just in case if I want to refer back to. So I'm going to delete this one and redo it again. So you add pay run like normal, weekly calendar, next. And then you click on our date. So she's the one who is going on mat leave. So you can see with the pay template, all the details are pre-filling. So the ordinary hours, so obviously she will be not working, so you can leave it as blank or you can remove it. So paid parental leave, she's on a weekly calendar. So let's say we are paying for 1 week. So you just simply do 1 week. And then Xero will automatically calculate the tax rate, the tax withheld amount. As I mentioned before, this although it's free money, employee will still have to pay tax. And then, as you can see here, this is exempted from super. So Xero is not calculating super. So the net pay to the employee would be 76175. And then also to note, you can see the annual leave is 0 because when someone is on maternity leave, she will not be accruing any annual leave or sick leave, so it's 0. So this is the reason why we did the earnings hours as 0 rather than doing the earnings rate. So it's all good. So once it looks all good, you can save it and just process the pay run as usual, similar to what you do with normally. So I'm going to leave it there. And then the last bit that I want to go through is how to reconcile this in the bank account. So you go back to the dashboard and then go to the bank. So let's assume the money that you receive from the government is this one. Hypothetically, just assume it's this one, this 2000. So you create a new contact, Services Australia, and then this should go into your revenue. So you can, so I'm going to put it to other revenue account, but if you want, you can create a new account called paid parental leave. So if you want to have it like a separate line item on your profit and loss, and then the description paid parental leave, and you can also do, like do the week. Let's say it was 5 to 12. So you can do you can add the week, the relevant week on the description, so it's easier for you to reconcile down the track if you have to. And also to note, this is not subject to GST. This is just purely a payment from the government, so it's PAS excluded. And then you simply click OK. So that's how you do it. So on your profit and loss, you'll have the income or other revenue, paid parental leave, and then the expense as paid parental leave or under wages and salaries. So the net effect would be zero. Just also one last thing to note, paid parental leave is not subject to work cover, so you don't have to include paid parental leave in the on the work cover calcs. So that means you'll be paying less work cover during the period when an employee is on mat leave. Hopefully that covers all your questions, how to process this in Xero. So if you need more information or need any assistance with this, please reach out to us. We have our contact details or the website at the end of the video. So yeah, please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thank you.